Hi everyone, today we're going to make Qeema Naan. It's basically mincemeat in a dough filling. The dough is pretty easy to make. I'll put the description in the link, and I'll do a separate video for that, but today it's more around the method. And really this video is dedicated to my good friend Mr. Hashim. Hashim Sai is in London right now. He's going to try and replicate this recipe as well. So just look at that. You got sesame seeds on top, your nice dough. You can see the bubbles in that dough. It's just come together very nicely. So you get your dough together. If you don't know what to do here, you can just use your standard pizza dough. I've got a sourdough leavened dough here, and you can put some flour for dusting on it, and then just basically use your hands. You can use a rolling pin here if you're not so super comfortable, but just basically pat that out. So this is a 200-gram dough ball that I've used, so 200 grams of dough. And I'm going to slowly just make a nice round disc out of it. You don't want it all the way, you want it a little bit thick, and that'll make sense in a minute because we're going to put the mince in it, and then after that we're going to roll it again. Sorry for the shaky video here, of course I'm thumping on that countertop and the camera's on it as well. So I've got some mincemeat there, really finely minced. Got a little bit of coriander in there. You can throw some green chilies in there if you like. A whole bunch of stuff. The mince has basically just got some salt and pepper in there. And then it's just the same flour that I've got. Just get the mince in there a little bit, coat it in flour so it's nice and dry. And that's just going to help it bind and stick to the naan. So do that. I haven't deliberately edited this video, so it's going to be a little bit long, but the idea really is for you to get the sense of how to make this. So you just pat it down. You get some stuck to your hands, that's okay. It's actually a bit annoying, but that's fine. And then you're going to crunch. So this is terrible filming by me because you can't really see. Well, there you go. You can see what I'm doing there. I'm just bringing it all together and I'm pinching it in the middle, a bit like a dumpling. Right, so got it all done in the middle, got it, then you just pinch it together, twist it, and then just turn it over and flatten it out. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of flour dusting on there, and then flip it, smash it down on the ground, and just flatten it with your hands. Now we're going to use the rolling pin, but I've had enough of the sticky hands, so just edited it there, washed my hands, came back, rolling pin on it. Bit more flour dusting, got to keep it pretty loosey-goosey, you don't want that stuck. It's got plenty of meat in there, it's a bit heavy, you don't want that dough sticking to the counter. If you've got a wooden surface, it's going to be easier, you can do it on a pizza peel or something like that. And there you go, nice and flat. You can use the rolling pin if you want. And it's just flattening out nicely. And then what we're going to do is, once we've got a nice round shape, you can see I'm not rolling it out too thin. You still want it quite nice, a little bit nice and thick. And then what I'm doing is I've got just a stock standard butter knife, going to wet it in some water, and I'm going to make some holes in it. They're going to not only look pretty, but they're going to let some of that moisture escape as well. So it's really nice, just go all the way around. You can score any pattern on there. You can take a while doing it, nice evenly spaced if you want to make it look pretty. I've just gone through it. Then wet the tip of your fingers. And what I'm doing here is just pressing down with the tip of my fingers onto the dough and the meat there. And that's going to hold everything nicely together, and it's going to give some beautiful indentations, and our sesame seeds can rest in there. Rest in peace, sesames. So then we get the sesame. Just a gentle sprinkling. You can see I'm pretty generous with the sesame, love the sesame flavor. Now be careful when you're getting them. I saw some roasted sesame in the shop and some normal sesame seeds. You want the normal ones. The roasted ones are going to dry out and kind of burn out pretty quickly. So then pretty carefully, you're going to just get it on your hands. Again, if you have a pizza peel, that works. But if not, just get that. And then I've got a fairly hot cast iron skillet there. You can use any thick iron bottom pan. I've been heating that for a good 7 to 10 minutes on a sort of lowish medium heat, but this thing retains its heat quite well, so it's quite warm. You can see here after a few minutes, it's been on there for about 2.5-3 minutes. You can see the bottom's nicely golden and crispy. And what I'm going to do now is just pick that up and I'm going to get that under the grill. Now it's important that you got the grill preheating. So I've got the oven grill and it's preheating. I've got that set at 160 degrees Celsius and it's preheating. This is just me being bored. I'm waiting for this thing to be cooked and I've just started playing with those little holes. Some of them are puffing up and starting to close, so I'm just opening them up, and then you can see the colors changed. It's starting to cook through a little bit. You can see the heat level there as well. And in it goes right under a red hot grill. And then about 3 minutes under the grill, you can see it's starting to brown and just get those beautiful colors. Just be careful if it puffs up and the sesame is getting a bit too close to the grill. Just pull it out for a little bit, maybe poke a couple of holes in it, push it down so you don't burn the sesame seeds or the top layer. Let's just keep checking it now. It's getting pretty close to being done. There we go. Got the camera in the right hand. Left hand, I can show you exactly what that looks like. Look at that. That's beautiful golden color. I've got a bit of ghee on there. You can use butter, whatever you like, and just give it a good brushing with that. Just let it sit for a minute, and don't worry about that mince. That's cooked. That's fine mince. It's got about 6-7 minutes of heat. There's lots of steam in there, just the dough releasing its moisture. You can see the steam coming out now. You can see it just out of those holes. This is nice and hot. So you get a bit of butter, a bit of ghee on there. I got ghee. Oof, that thing just smells so good. If I'm a bit slow, that's just because I just finished eating this. So good. Look at the base. It's nice and crispy. And there we go. Transfer that onto a plate. And that's it. Enjoy.